We have seen many movies on theft and robbery, but the story that I am going to share with you today is completely different from all other stories. Today's story is about a thief whom it would not be right to call a thief. Rather, it would be more appropriate to call him an artist, because even after stealing for years, never getting caught is an art in itself. Suddenly disappearing from the eyes was his specialty. The main character of the story and the famous thief Diabolik was always covered in black clothes from head to toe. Because of this, no one has seen his face till date. He was so expert in his work that he was never caught by the police. One day, he was running away after stealing some valuable treasure from a bank in Italy. Then the police started chasing him. With great difficulty, they stopped Diabolik. The police thought that this time, he could not escape under any circumstances. But suddenly Diabolik pressed a button in his car, and immediately the road got elevated. He slid on the same road and went over the police. Seeing this, the policemen were surprised. But he was not going to give up. Another police team started following him. Seeing this, Diabolik released poisonous gas from his car, and all the policemen fell unconscious. Even after doing all this, the poor guy did not get peace because Inspector Gianco followed him in his car. But after going some distance, he saw that Diabolik's car was overturned on the road. But Diabolik himself was not present there. Seeing this, Gianco became very disappointed. On the other side, we see Defense Minister Giorgio in a party. He was talking to the other people there. Then a girl from Ivanum comes there. Giorgio immediately goes forward to welcome her. Eva was actually a famous businesswoman of that city. But the business was not her own. She had married an old billionaire. To put it simply, after the death of Sugar Daddy, the entire business and all the property came to Eva. Eva was always in the news due to her beauty and pomp. So when she came to the party, everyone became very happy. During the conversation, Diabolik is mentioned. Everyone tells Eva to be careful because Diabolik can attack her anytime to steal her wealth. Despite being a thief, everyone praised Diabolik's smartness. Hearing this, a strange curiosity arises in Eva's mind for him. After the party is over, Giorgio offers to drop Eva home. But Eva refuses. Now the question arises that what is the real relationship between Giorgio and Eva? We will get the answer to this later. While returning from the party, suddenly Inspector Gan blocks the way. Eva is a little surprised to see him, but Gan warns her that Diabolik can still attack her. Hearing this, Eva gets tensed. Then both of them sit in a restaurant and discuss about this. From there it is revealed that Eva has a very special pink diamond which is very rare and priceless. Gan was sure that Diabolik would definitely come to steal her. That's why he takes all her details from Eva. Which hotel is she staying in? What is her room number? Is there someone else with her or not? After knowing everything, before leaving, Gan warns her again not to trust anyone because no one has seen Diabolik's real face till date. He could be the hotel manager, a waiter, or even Gan himself. Hearing this, Eva agrees to his words, and Gan leaves from there. On the other hand, in the hotel where Eva was staying, a waiter named Roberto was specially kept to serve her. One night Roberto was gossiping with his friends and talking about Eva. Then it is revealed that there is a speaker hidden inside his room, through which Diabolik was listening to all their conversations. As soon as Roberto leaves from there and goes towards home, someone attacks him from hiding. It was clear that it was Diabolik. He killed Roberto and made his body disappear. After this, Diabolik started practicing speaking like Roberto by listening to the voices recorded in the speaker again and again. Then, for the first time, we get to see Diabolik's real face. Then the scene changes, and we see a woman named Elizabeth. Her husband Walter had not returned home for many days, due to which she was very upset. Elizabeth loved him a lot, but her husband never appreciated her love. Thinking this, she became even more sad. Her friend explains to her that maybe Walter is in some trouble and he will definitely return. On the other hand, when Eva reached the hotel, the manager and the rest of the staff gave her a grand welcome. There she was introduced to Roberto. Eva went straight to her room after talking to them, and Roberto also followed her there. But the question arises that Roberto had died yesterday itself. Then who is this man? Actually, it was not the real Roberto but Diabolic who was keeping an eye on Eva in the guise of Roberto. When Eva entered the room and went to the washroom to take a bath, Diabolic disguised as Roberto got the chance and tried to open her locker. The warrior pink diamond was kept in the same locker. The funny thing was that such a valuable thing was kept in such an easy locker which Diabolic opened in a few minutes, but unfortunately, just as he was about to take out the diamond, Eva came out of the washroom. Diabolic was forced to hide in the room and started looking at Eva quietly from there. Suddenly Eva's eyes fell on him, and he smiled and asked if she wanted anything. Eva refused, and he quietly left from there. On the other hand, Elizabeth returned home the same night and saw that Walter was waiting for her. Seeing him, Elizabeth was very shocked. Dee becomes happy and runs to hug him. Then it is revealed that her husband Walter is actually Diabolic. But Elizabeth does not know anything about this. Walter tells her that he has come just to meet her and it is not possible for him to stay for long because he is to go on some very important work. Hearing this, Elizabeth becomes sad and asks him to stay for dinner. But Walter does not listen to her and leaves from there. That evening Eva went to meet Giorgio. During the conversation, Giorgio tries to come close to her. But Eva does not let him come close. This makes Giorgio angry. Then it is revealed that Giorgio is actually Eva's fiancé, and they're going to get married soon. But looking at Eva, it seemed that there is no such thing as love between them. She cleverly avoids Giorgio and leaves from there. Here, taking advantage of the darkness of the night, Diabolic enters Eva's room and again starts opening the locker there. But at the same time, Eva returns. As soon as he enters the room, he feels something strange, as if someone is present inside. Then Diabolic comes from behind and catches him and tries to scare him. But the surprising thing was that Eva is not scared at all. On the contrary, she tells him that the pink diamond he has come to steal is fake, and she does not have the real one. Diabolic does not believe her because according to him, such a rich woman could not wear a fake diamond. Then Eva explains that she wears fake diamond only to maintain her respect. She had sold the real one long ago. Still, Diabolic does not trust her. Eva challenges him that if he wants, he can check the diamond. Diabolic threatens her that if her words turn out to be false, then next time, he will come not for the diamond, but to kill her. But Eva is not afraid of this either. Rather, she tries to seduce him. Actually, after hearing so much about Diabolic, a strange fantasy for him had arisen in her heart. That is why when Diabolic came in front of her today, she could not stop herself. But Diabolic was not such an easy prey. Eva was about to do something when Diabolic suddenly disappeared. Seeing him, Eva's interest increased further. Diabolic went to his secret hideout and checked the diamond and found that Eva was speaking the truth. The diamond was indeed fake. Then the scene changes and Elizabeth wakes up at midnight. She comes to the balcony and sees that a strange man wearing a black coat is coming out from the garden in front of the house. Seeing this, she gets very scared. At the same time, she hears the sound of someone's footsteps inside the house. She starts to think that Diabolic has returned. Thinking this, her fear increases even more. But gathering courage, she follows that voice and then Walter appears in front of her. Seeing him, Elizabeth gets some relief. She tells him everything, but Walter does not agree. He explains to her that maybe she has seen the wrong thing, or it is just her illusion. Moreover, Elizabeth had also drunk a little that day, so she also started to think that maybe she had really seen it by mistake. Because of this, she avoids thinking anything else. The next morning, when Eva wakes up, she sees that Diabolic has left her fake ring back in her room. Eva is surprised to see this. It is understandable to sneak in the dark of the night, but it was very strange for her to enter the hotel early in the morning. Out of curiosity, she called Roberto. Roberto was actually standing outside, and as soon as Eva called, he came into the room. Everything seemed confusing to Eva. Then Diabolic put an end to all her confusion. He took off Roberto's mask in front of Eva and showed her his real face. Eva was stunned to see him. This was the first time anyone saw Diabolic's real face. Yes, Elizabeth had seen his face earlier too, but she did not know that he was Diabolic. The biggest question here was why Diabolik showed his identity to Eva only, leaving everyone else. Actually, Eva had started liking him. On top of that, he had attacked her the previous night. Still, Eva did not say anything to anyone. Seeing this, Diabolik started trusting him a little bit. Eva was already attracted to Diabolik. That is why, on seeing him in front of her, she could not stop herself and both of them came very close to each other. Then Eva asked him if he trusts her now. Diabolik got confused. His heart was telling him to believe Eva, but his mind was not agreeing. It is also revealed in the conversation that Diabolik has been hovering around Eva since the beginning. Even the Inspector Giant who had warned Eva about Diabolik on the first day was none other than Diabolik himself. After knowing all this, Eva asks him about his real name. Diabolik tells that people know him by the name of Walter, but this is also not his real name. Eva understands that Diabolik will never tell his real identity to anyone, so she does not insist, but starts telling him about herself. Eva tells him about Giorgio. Actually, Eva does not want to marry Giorgio at all, but cannot oppose it either, because Giorgio has some secret documents of her past. If he comes out, his reputation will be ruined. Giorgio had threatened her that if she refused to marry him, he would make all the documents public. Eva had said yes to the marriage under duress. Hearing this, Diabolik assures her that he'll deliver all the documents to Eva within 24 hours. But the problem was that Eva did not have any proof of him. There was no way to contact him. Then Diabolik gives her the address and time of the cafe and asks her to wait for him there. Eva asks how will she recognize him if he does not come in his real form. Diabolik tells that he will use a special code through which Eva will recognize him. Both of them start planning all these things. On the other hand, the hotel manager was not able to find Roberto anywhere, so he started creating a ruckus in the entire hotel. He came to know from the reception that Roberto had gone to Eva's room for the last time and did not return. Hearing this, the manager gets suspicious and he immediately reaches Eva's room. Eva has no other way left, so she hides Diabolik inside the cupboard. Then she opens the door and pretends as if she was sleeping, and the manager disturbed her sleep. She tries very hard to prevent the manager from coming to the room, but he forcibly enters inside and starts checking here and there on various pretexts. During the conversation, he asks Eva about Roberto. Eva lies that he came to serve breakfast in the morning and did not meet him. But the manager does not believe her and starts searching the room thoroughly. Eva understands that the manager has become suspicious, so she alerts Diaboli with a sound code. Then cleverly sends the manager to check the bathroom, and at that time takes Diaboli out of the cupboard and sends him out of the room. On the other hand, Elizabeth was still thinking about the incident of the previous night. It was coming to her mind again, and again that what she saw last night was not wrong. So to remove her doubt, she went to the garden and started looking for that path. After searching a lot, she really finds that secret path. Then as soon as he steps on a button, the grass of the garden rises up and the door of an underground room opens. Elizabeth goes inside fearfully and seeing the scene there, her soul trembles. There were masks of many people decorated and many kinds of chemicals were kept. Seeing all this, Elizabeth understands that this is definitely the way of Diabolik. She immediately informs the police, and Inspector Gann reaches there with his team. After checking everything, they are convinced that Elizabeth's husband is Diabolik. On the other hand, when Diabolik was returning by car, on pressing a button, the mountain opens up in a strange way and a new path emerges from there. He had made all this for the ease of his work. He reaches his secret hideout through the same path. But a big surprise is waiting for him there. Inspector Gann was already lying in wait, and Diabolik gets arrested as soon as he reaches there. The next day, as per Diabolik's instructions, Eva waits for him in the cafe. But even after a long time, there is no trace of him. Eva thinks that maybe he did not come intentionally. Then, after listening to the people around, she looks at the newspaper and comes to know that the police has arrested Diabolik. The same day, Diabolik is presented in the court. Eva also reaches there and tries to talk to him by gestures. But Diabolik does not look at her even once because the police could suspect Eva. As per Inspector Gann's expectation, the judge sentences Diabolik to death. But even after hearing such a big punishment, Diabolik is not affected. On the other hand, Eva goes near a wall, and as soon as she presses the third brick, suddenly a door opens there, and a car comes in front of her. She takes the car and goes straight to Diabolik's secret hideout and brings 2 special chemicals from there. Now the question was, what was Eva doing there, and how did she come to know all the secrets of Diabolik? Actually, that day in the court, Diabolik did not look directly at her, but he told her many things through the code language of his eyes. Eva collected the chemicals on his instructions. Then she goes straight to Giorgio's office. Giorgio is shocked to see her. Eva requests her that she wants to meet Diabolik once before his hanging. But Giorgio clearly refuses, because then he will have to give many kinds of explanations. But Eva was also stubborn. She knew that Giorgio is the defense minister. It would not be a difficult task for her. That is why she starts blackmailing him that if he does not listen to her, then she will not marry him. On top of that, she acts that she loves Giorgio very much, and she is crazy for him. Finally, Giorgio is forced and allows her to meet Diabolik. But he puts a condition that he will also stay with Eva. Eva does not protest now because she had no choice. Then both of them go to meet Diabolik, and after talking for about half an hour, they go out. The next day, it is shown that preparations are going on for Diabolik's hanging. But at that time, there was no system of hanging by putting a noose around the neck. Rather, the criminals were given death sentence by slitting their throats. After the preparations were complete, when the executioner was taking Diabolik away, there was no fear on his face. Looking at him, it did not seem at all that he was going to die. Inspector Gianco finds this very strange. Then an officer standing nearby says that looking at Diabolik, it seems that he is probably unconscious due to the intoxication of drugs. Hearing this, Gianco gets suspicious, and he tries to stop Jalid forcefully. But by then it is too late. Diabolik's head had been separated from his body. Slowly, Gianco goes near him, removes the mask, and looks. He was not Diabolik, i.e. Walter, but Giorgio. Seeing this, Gan got shocked. Reed gets scared. He was worried about 2 things. 1, the defense minister died due to his negligence, and 2nd, a dangerous criminal like Diabolik escaped from his clutches. Now the question arises that how did Diabolik escape amidst so much security? The real secret is revealed now. Actually, Diabolik had planned to meet Eva that day with Giorgio and to get permission from him to meet Diabolik. He had already prepared masks for himself and Giorgio at his hideout. Eva had not only brought the chemicals from there, but she had also brought the mask. Then Diabolik and Ivan together drugged Giorgio and made him unconscious and asked him where Eva's personal documents were. Those documents were in Giorgio's personal locker, whose password was known only to him. Diabolik got that password also from him. After that, he gave him another drug and made him in such a condition that even after regaining consciousness, he could not tell anything to anyone. Then Diabolik wears Giorgio's face mask and his clothes and makes Giorgio wear Walter's mask and leaves, meaning a perfect crime. No one suspected anything. After this, the scene shifts. Diabolik reaches Giorgio's office in the guise of Giorgio, opens the locker, and takes out all of Eva's documents. Then the police also reaches there, but they do not recognize that the man standing in front of them is actually Diabolik. Diabolik disappears right in front of their eyes. Meanwhile, a rich woman comes to the bank to deposit some valuables. Since they were very rare and valuable things, the woman was a little worried about the security. She asks the manager about the security of the locker. The manager explains that the walls of the locker are made of 3 layers, and it is impossible to break them and steal. Apart from this, the key of the locker is only with the owner, and it is not possible to get the key by any other means. Hearing all this, the woman calmly keeps her stuff in the locker and goes out. But in reality, that woman was none other than Eva. Actually, she and Diabolik were planning to rob the same bank. That is why Diabolik had sent Eva there, so that she could get the details of the security system. On the other hand, Inspector Gianco was also working hard to catch Diabolik. He started checking every bank, every trust, every locker room of the city. He knew that Diabolik never commits ordinary theft. He always goes after the rarest and most valuable things. Finally, Gianco comes to know about that bank and starts preparing to protect it. He ordered his team to keep an eye on every road, lane, and even underground tunnels of the city. But by then Diabolic had already reached the bank. Although Eva was not with him. He wanted to go with him, but Diabolic refused because the work was very risky. He did not want to put Eva in danger. As per the plan, he prepares to enter the bank through the underground tunnel. There were sensors on the way, but Diabolic was smarter than the sensors. He opened the water pipe so that the sensors could not recognize the sound. Then he easily enters the bank and steals and starts coming out from the other side. As soon as he comes out, he encounters the police. Diabolic moves forward fighting with them, and then Gan comes in front of him. Seeing Diabolic, he immediately shoots. He was sure that this time Diabolic will not be spared. But he did not know that now Diabolic is not alone. Then suddenly Eva comes from behind and shoots Gan, and leaves from there with Diabolic. Diabolic is also surprised to see Eva. But he understands that Eva is not going to leave him alone. Now he starts trusting Eva completely. Gan keeps watching all this in a wounded state, but is unable to do anything. After a few days, we see Walter and Eva. Now both of them are very happy together. To impress Eva, Walter even brings back the real pink diamond. But Eva is no longer interested in him. Now she only wants Diabolic. So she throws the diamond into the sea and hugs Walter, and the film ends with this beautiful moment.